To start 2026, I did Pilates every single day for 30 days. I've honestly never really challenged myself physically before. I don't know, something about it being the year of the fire horse just instilled something in me, and I wanted to challenge myself physically this year. So if you guys didn't know, there's a lot of different types of Pilates, but the Pilates that I'm doing in today's video is called lagree. Lagree is basically a high intensity but low impact fitness, and is typically for 45 minutes on a reformer. I bought a package at my local studio where you can take unlimited classes for 30 days, and I thought that was perfect for today's video. So obviously for the purpose of this challenge, but also to get my money's worth, I decided to do Pilates every day for 30 days. Now I've done Pilates before in the past, but I've never physically challenged myself. And guys, it's also been about a year since I last did Pilates, so this will definitely be a challenge to me. I mean, in general, I really do love working out. I love playing pickleball, tennis, I love going to the gym, but I feel like Pilates is just very different because the movements in Pilates is more like how slow can you go, rather than when you're at the gym or you're playing tennis, it's bursts of movement and trying to get as many reps in. I just feel like both types of workouts are very draining, but in completely opposite ways. In this video, you guys will see that in week 1, I was trembling after every class. By week 2, I actually felt a lot bigger and I saw that the scale went up. Week 3, something changed, and by week 4, I felt stronger than I have in years. So let's start with week 1. Week 1 humbled me. I mean, I knew that Pilates would push me a lot, and especially because I haven't done Pilates in so long, I knew that my body would need some adjustment period, but oh my goodness, you guys, I was vibrating and trembling literally after every class. It's crazy because each movement is trying to see like how slow can you move. And then after the workout, you start to feel sore in places that you didn't even know existed. Honestly, I really do think it depends on your studio, because I feel like before in the past, maybe it's because I haven't done it 7 days straight in a week, but man, I mean, it did the job. I was very sore, and honestly, I couldn't even see a world where I wouldn't be trembling after every class. Hi friends, I'm currently getting ready to go to Pilates, and it's oh my gosh, what time is it? It's 5:46 and I need to head to Pilates right now. It's literally freezing outside, so I'm wearing this giant puffer. Oh my gosh, I am late, you guys. I don't know why I committed myself to a 30-day challenge when it's literally January, one of the coldest months in Seattle. Anyways, gotta run. See you guys later. Wow, you guys, I'm so tired. I was shaking so much. I have not worked my muscles in so long, but I feel good. There's so many people. Awkward. As I was saying, I feel productive. Honestly, I did better than I thought. Obviously, I could not really keep up a lot of the times, and everyone else was excelling, and I was just on my own carriage, just like sitting there. But still, I don't know, this is a great first Pilates class, and low-key excited to go back tomorrow. Actually, not really, because I feel like I'm gonna be so sore tomorrow. Whatever, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye. Hi friends, quick update. It's the next day after my first Pilates class, and I am so unbelievably sore. I don't know if I can even make it to my Pilates class today, but obviously I signed up, and if I don't go, I'll get a cancellation fee, so I need to go. But I don't even know if I can even do the exercises when I'm there. But I had like the best sleep of my life. Just something about like working my muscles put me into a really great sleep last night, and I just wanted to keep sleeping, which usually doesn't happen. I am a morning person, so I just wake up, but this morning could not wake up. Anyways, is it weird that I kind of like being sore? It hurts, but it's like a good pain. Second day complete. I was shaking so much, and it was just as hard, if not harder, because I was so sore already, but I feel great. I will say towards the end of week 1, I think I started to tremble less, but I was still trembling. Week 1, I was also trying to figure out a routine, because as much as I wanted to do Pilates every day, I needed to find a way to incorporate that into my current work routine. I work a 9 to 5, and trying to fit Pilates into a routine that I was already so comfortable with was quite challenging. So for the first week, I played around with a lot of different schedules. Sometimes I booked my classes in the mornings, and other times I booked it after work. Hi friends, I just got back from work and I have Pilates in a bit, but my new desk just came in, so let's go get it. My desk came, my desk came, my desk came. These are so heavy, but let's take them to my room. This is huge. Compared to my current desk, it's so much bigger. Let me show you guys. This is my current desk setup. It served me well for about 7 months. And as you can see, I have like no desk space. And if you guys know, I do so many hobbies and my hobbies require a lot of desk space. So I'm super excited to finally be able to upgrade my desk. And this is where I would also like to thank today's sponsor, FlexiSpot. Honestly, I have no clue on how I'm gonna set this all up, but we're gonna try because we're strong, independent women. Am I right? I'm so excited for this new desk. Found the manual. I have Pilates in an hour, so we'll see if I'm able to build this desk in an hour. If not, I have to continue later tonight. It says cooperative assembly, but we're gonna try independent assembly. I spend so much of my day at my desk, whether I'm working, editing videos, even knitting. So as I've been prioritizing my health more this year, I wanted to upgrade to a standing desk to avoid sitting all day. Hi friends, I just got back from Pilates and now I'm at that point where I need to actually put on the tabletop. I'll see you guys when all of this is kind of organized and less chaotic. It lit up! Oh my gosh. Okay. Bum ba bum. The ultimate test. You guys, I did it. Oh my gosh, I actually did it. If a 5'3" girl can build it on her own, you definitely can as well. I'm so excited. I love the brown. I've been loving this brown aesthetic. Such an amazing upgrade from my last desk, and I am just so ready to start using her. FlexiSpot has multiple standing desks, but I personally chose the acacia solid wood because it has unique natural grain patterns with durable scratch-resistant wood, and it's eco-friendly and a healthy choice. So if you guys are interested in checking out FlexiSpot's standing desk, I'll have the link in my description box down below. Again, having a standing desk makes such a big difference, and it's a great way to upgrade your work environment. When I was initially thinking of doing this challenge, I just envisioned myself doing Pilates for 30 days and not doing any other type of exercise. But then I realized, like, in order to actually see results, you kind of need to work on every other part of your life. For example, you still need to get your cardio in, you still need to eat healthy. I mean, sure, I really could have just continued living the way I usually do and just add Pilates into my everyday routine. But in my head, I was like, go big or go home. If I'm putting in so much effort to do this 30-day challenge, might as well complete it to its fullest capacity. So eventually, even though this video was meant to be a 30-day Pilates challenge, I actually ended up running for 30 days as well. So eventually, by the end of week 1, I established a pretty good routine. In the morning, I did Pilates, and after work, I ran for an hour. And the reason why I decided to do Pilates in the morning is because if I told myself I need to run in the morning, I literally would not get out of bed. But because I had already paid for Pilates and I have to go, wait, Pilates? Booking Pilates is actually crazy because not only do you have to pay up front a fat fee to take these classes, you also get a fee if you don't attend the class. So yeah, that was week 1. Week 2 was actually so crazy because I physically felt stronger. I wasn't trembling as much as I was the first week. I mean, I think there were definitely classes that pushed me a lot and it was still really difficult, but I remember for the most part that second week wasn't as difficult as it was the first week. I look extremely crusty right now, but we just need to make do with it because for my second week, I've only signed up for morning classes. I'm trying to see which schedule I like more. I feel like I usually have more energy to run after work instead of before work. We'll see. Maybe it's not smart to do muscle training in the morning, but yeah, signed up for 8 a.m. Pilates classes. I'm like so sleepy. I feel like I'm half awake, which is probably not good. Maybe I'm not making the most out of my Pilates classes. But anyways, we're on to the second week. I don't know if you guys can tell, but the sun is rising in the back. Low-key, this is helping me wake up in the morning. It's been 1 week and 2 days, and I feel a lot stronger. Like, I don't know what it is. Yesterday, I was definitely struggling a lot, and I was shaking, like vibrating. But today, my body was not shaking as much, and I could just focus on doing the exercises. Wow, 1 day can make a big difference. Although I felt stronger, I also felt bigger, and the skill went up. And I was so confused because I'm running every day. I'm doing Pilates every day. Like, why am I gaining weight? Also, I was peeing like crazy during that week. I don't know what it is. And I was also sweating a lot more than usual. And especially when I was running, I was like dripping sweat. But later, I actually saw a TikTok on this. Like, apparently when you're suddenly working out a lot, you tend to pee and sweat a lot more because you're like trying to get rid of all that extra water that you're drinking after your workouts. So my mentality was weird. I kept telling myself that that it's okay that the scale is going up. I mean, I'm probably gaining muscle, but I also just felt conflicted because it felt like I was heading in the complete opposite direction than what I was expecting. I will also say that I was being a bit more cautious of what I was eating, but I wasn't on an extreme diet. So basically, I was already eating what I already ate, just eating a little bit less carbs and adding more protein, and I tried to avoid sweets. That doesn't mean like I completely cut out sweets, because that is impossible for me. Again, I wasn't going on a crazy diet, but if I'm putting so much effort into doing Pilates and running, then might as well focus a little bit more on the food that I was eating. Week 3 is when I started to notice a bit of a shift. So from week 1 to week 2, obviously I had that period when I felt bigger and I was like kind of confused. I didn't really know what was going on. But from week 2 to week 3, I did see the scale go down a little bit and I had more energy and I was sweating less. During the first 2 weeks, it was pretty difficult to get into this new routine. Going from doing my normal 9 to 5 work routine, but not really exercising, the sudden shift was a bit difficult. By the time it was week 3, it just felt like a no-brainer. The minute I wake up, I go to Pilates. I go to work, come back home, and run. And honestly, I was like looking forward to my runs because something about running just releases the right chemicals in my brain and I just feel good after running. So week 3, I started to feel pretty confident. When I was at Pilates, I wanted to take advantage of how my body was feeling. So I tried to slow down my reps even more. I tried to push a little bit heavier. Basically, on your reformer platform, you can adjust the number of springs that you add. So at my studio, yellow springs means lighter weights and red springs are heavier weights. So for certain exercises, we would do like 1 yellow spring, but then as I started to feel a lot stronger, I started to incorporate like 2 yellow springs. I will say though that sometimes going heavier is actually easier. So it's really dependent on the type of movement that you're doing. Yeah, to be honest, week 3 was looking pretty good and I started to really appreciate the fact that I decided to do this challenge for 2026. And then this leads us to week 4, which I started to notice like a plateau. There wasn't a drastic shift between week 3 and week 4. And I think this is the point where you start to notice like a lot of your progress start to steady out. And arguably, I think that is one of the most challenging parts because you just gotta remind yourself to keep going. For example, I was like, wow, I don't really need to like work out anymore. Like I'm pretty much at where I want to be. But that's when your New Year's goals comes to a complete end. I don't know, for me, I just feel like once I feel confident and like comfortable in where I'm at, I start to get lazy or be less strict on myself. But nonetheless, week 4 was great. I was comfortable in the routine that I had established for myself. I started to feel stronger, more confident going to the Pilates studio. In the prior weeks, when the instructor would tell us the movement that we will be doing next, I would like kind of look around trying to see what the other girls are doing because I wasn't really sure what the movement looked like. But by week 4, as the instructor was saying, okay, we're gonna head into runner's lunge, we're gonna go into cobra, I instantly knew what the movements looked like. I also started to switch between movements a lot faster, which is very important in Pilates. In the prior weeks, when we're going from one exercise to another, I would honestly take my time and kind of use that as a break. But as you start to go to Pilates more, you start to realize how important it is to go between movements really quickly. But in the prior weeks, like you don't even think about that. You just like are in so much pain that you don't even realize like, oh, I should be moving on to the next exercise quickly. In week 4, I just started to realize all the nitty gritty that I didn't really recognize before. And I think this is also where like I learned that you can always improve in Pilates. In gyms, you can always do a heavier weight. You can always get more reps in, but Pilates is very similar, even though it doesn't really seem like it, but you can always move slower. You can always focus on your breathing more. Like there's so many different techniques that you could always improve on. So yeah, those were the past 4 weeks doing Pilates every day for 30 days. There was a lot that I learned. Having slow, controlled movements is very crucial. Breathing during your workout is very crucial. You really do need to be consistent. And honestly, one of the best things that I learned the past few weeks is that I'm actually capable of doing something for 30 days. I mean, having to pay for the classes was a big motivator, but honestly, if I could do it for 30 days straight, I could definitely do it for a few days in a month. And I definitely am planning on continuing on not doing this exact routine, but definitely I want to alternate between Pilates and running. Oh my gosh, I will say when I first started doing cardio after Pilates, I felt every muscle like jiggle as I was running, which is like low-key TMI, but I could feel the individual muscle groups. Yeah, I don't know, that just like randomly came into my mind. Anyways, this was a very fun challenge for me. It's crazy how there's so many different forms of exercise. You just gotta find one that kind of works for you. For example, I took my very athletic boyfriend to Pilates. He's like one of the most athletic people that I know. He's like good at every sport, like basketball, tennis, pickleball, running. He's so talented, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't think Pilates was meant for for him. He was vibrating after every motion and wasn't flexible enough to do a lot of the movements. Justin came to his first Pilates class. How was it?
Tough. That's tough. Wow.
Do you have any other comments?
Good teacher. I felt so bad because I was like the only one who had like bad form.
Finished 2 days. Yay! How do you feel?
She better than yesterday.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just interesting. You just gotta find one that works for you. I think this was a great way to start 2026, and I definitely recommend that you guys challenge yourself in some way this year. And I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye, guys. We just came out of a Pilates class, and this was Christina's first ever Pilates class. And unfortunately, the first class that I ever took her to was actually really hard. And so, I can't form a sentence. But it was a good exercise. And she says it wasn't as scary as she thought it would be. In pain.